workers and you be on a level.
Listen, I'm never giving up.
Stand your ground, don't be too comfortable or too settled.
Listen, I'm never giving up.
When you hit rock bottom, it's only one way to go.
Listen, I'm never giving up.
Everybody got problems, how you handle them, no.
Listen. I got.
Hey, I'm John.
And I'm Jonathan.
Welcome to the Formula.
What up, what up? We had an awesome topic for today. Today's topic, guys, is something that is been discussed right now in the mainstream. It's also been discussed in the NBA. Many of you guys know, just to give you a backstory, many of you guys know that the NBA Players Association, I guess their coalition, they getting together talking about if they want to continue the NBA season, how to continue the NBA season, who want to play. So the president of the association, Kyrie Irving, actually brought some players together on a conference call, and they talked about playing, not playing. Is it going to be okay to play in this bubble? Because the goal right now is for the NBA season to start back up in Orlando in a bubble. Just about, I think they say 16 teams or something like that. No one can leave for the remainder of the season. So they trying to discuss if they want to continue to play. But what Kyrie Irving actually came in and said was, we shouldn't play because of the current environment. This is a great opportunity for them to seize the moment and actually maybe we should create our own league. Now that's our topic today. Talking about should Black African Americans create their own league? You know, how would they go about doing that? And, you know, what's going to be the implications and the advantages of them doing so?
Yeah, so I absolutely think that we should have our own league.
Yep.
Back in the days, we had a Negro League, quote unquote Negro League.
Mm-hmm.
It was for baseball. But now we're looking at an NBA and an NFL where most of the players are black. So I think that we could actually pull this off. And I'll just go over what my vision is for this. I'll start with the NBA. That's cool with you?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I'm looking at 14 teams, 12-man rosters. Right now, the NBA has 15. We should probably go 12. I think we should start small and then eventually get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at a 62 regular game season.
I like that.
62 games. 6 teams in the playoffs. And you're probably wondering, well, John, where are they going to play? Because the NBA, they're not going to share their arenas
Right.
or anything like that, right?
Absolutely.
So what I was thinking was partner with HBCUs. Partner with historically black colleges and universities. That's what HBCU stands for those that don't know.
Yeah.
Because most of them already have training facilities. They already have the arenas. They already have the stadiums. They pretty much got everything you need. It's about 100 schools. So you pick 14 schools. You play on their campus, in their arenas, in their stadiums, or whatever. I think that they should start the season in September and end the season in March. So we'll have March Madness, Black American basketball style. March Madness.
I like it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you might have to move college basketball up or move it back. But I think that's the time frame as far as the calendar year as, you know, when they should play. If they play from September to March, they're gonna have Labor Day. They're gonna have Thanksgiving, Christmas.
September's tough though.
September
You
is
know why
tough.
September is tough, right?
Why?
Football season, bro.
What? Check this out. I'm glad you mentioned that. I think we could compete with the NFL. But check this out though. Check it out though, because let's see, if we have our own basketball league, we're gonna have our own football league,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So we're not gonna play football in September. We're gonna play football. We're gonna start football in March, right?
Okay.
So that way basketball and football don't share so many months out of the calendar year, right? So as our basketball is ending, our football is starting. Now with football, we're not gonna have Thursday night games,
Okay. I like it.
right? So you need Thursday night for basketball.
Okay.
Well, you need like the whole week for basketball. We play Sundays and Mondays, football, right?
Right.
So football is gonna start in March and end in July, because I want a 14-game season. I want 12 teams in football, and I want 4 playoff teams, and I want no bye week. So 14 games straight, no bye week, 4 teams in the playoffs. You play the Super Bowl at like the beginning of July, which is crazy because next year, the 4th of July actually falls on a Sunday.
Okay.
So you can have the championship game on the night of the 4th of July
Mm-hmm.
if you want to set it up that way.
I like it.
You like
you
it?
got this all worked
Well,
out.
that's
I
what I'm
like
saying.
it. I like it. I like it, man.
Now, but so with the HBCUs, I figure between North Carolina and Texas, you probably pick 12, 14 schools between those states.
Mm-hmm.
You probably want to keep it regional anyway. Football is very popular in the South, so
Right.
it'll definitely work for football. Basketball, you might want to look at other areas, but I think just to keep it for traveling purposes, it'll be easier to keep it regional.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Georgia has a very high black population. Texas, Florida, North Carolina.
Right.
So I think that'll work.
I think that'll work, man. I think that'll work. I mean, if we're talking about making these leagues like this, I mean, there's plenty of money to go around. There's plenty of money. They're here to see the stars. Unlike back in the day, they created these leagues, and and the city and everything was the main attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's about the stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's about LeBron James. If LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard and
Kevin Durant, Joel
Steph
Embiid,
Curry,
right?
Antetokounmpo,
However you say his name.
Antetokounmpo, Giannis. If those guys really step up and say, "Yo, we're gonna create our own league,"
if they really bought
wrap.
that life,
It's a wrap.
So nobody's bringing up the obvious points, I feel,
what's that?
which is, well, number one, I ain't nobody's Negro. Yeah, that's number one. I'm not your Negro. I'm not they Negro.
All right, we don't have to call it Negro League though.
And on top of that, saying now for players to get together and create their own league, I think that's great. Right? But the point of it all is about being equal, not separate, but equal. So I think just the immediate connotation, though I know you, so I know what you're trying to say, the immediate connotation is that it is exclusively black and not inclusive, as opposed to a new league starting with these players, who just so happen to be black, and these players starting their own league, the new rules, new uniforms and new stadiums being built and just new things and putting it in the hands of the people and, you know, the talent who's actually playing and not just people who are in the boardroom, and that all of those things are super positive. But the connotation that it's going to be just black is an issue for me, and I think it's going to be an issue for other people.
Well, it won't be just black, because just like any other league, they're going to be drafts.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a draft.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just going to put teams together.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a draft,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're good enough at any race, you'll get picked up
But you
by those
don't
teams.
That's if But that's if they
But
even
no.
want to enter
Exactly.
that league.
But even
Some players outside of our race, they might not even want to play in that league.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
Absolutely.
So that's out of our hands, if you know.
I
Right.
think it's a great idea. I just don't think that it should be race related.
Well, it's not race
Because if
related.
all of the best, no, but I'm saying y'all understand this plan that you've worked out. So I am speaking as the common layperson who doesn't understand half the terms that you just used, you know? And what I hear is Negro League. What I hear is us and not them. And I feel like I said, I know you both personally, so and we've talked a little bit about this topic before, so I know that is not the intention. So I'm bringing it up so that way it can be further explained for the people who don't get that or for what you just saying initially.
Yeah, see, and the thing is, with the NFL, there's only 3 black head coaches.
Because honestly, okay, money-wise is one thing, right? But COVID-19 has changed a lot of things, right? And there are a lot of advertisers, which is a big part of why people get paid so much and that kind of thing, that are pulling out, that are showing support, you know, of the entire movement, this human rights movement, because that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That and are taking their support away. Like, you know, for example, they're doing it to Facebook, and Facebook has already lost like $56 million. You know, so just for planning on not advertising for just 1 month, that big of a difference. So things are changing, right? And as players who are going to play, if all of your top players or the majority of your top players are going to leave this league, nobody's staying to watch trash. I'm not going to pay a receipt to go watch trash.
But you don't know that.
No.
You don't know that.
Nobody is staying to watch trash.
They could leave the NBA and leave the NFL, and it might not kill the NBA. It might not kill the NFL. Like, the NFL might still survive.
It may still survive, but it's not going to be a powerhouse like how it was. Like, they're not going to be able to keep up.
Well, then they should. Then when you talk about equality,
yes,
that's
agree,
what
right.
you know.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I brought it up.
We're trying to promote black ownership.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's a trickle down effect. All this is a trickle down effect, because I mean, we haven't gotten to that point to talk about how deep it can go and where that's going to benefit. We just haven't gotten to that point
that up
yet,
just
right?
to talk about the point of, well, the players might not want to leave. If all the best players leave, right, and all of the not good players are left,
right?
What you gonna watch?
That's competition.
No,
competition.
I'm down.
What you mean though? What you mean? What we're gonna watch?
No,
we're gonna watch a new. Yeah,
exactly right. That's my point.
So what are you talking about?
I'm saying that when he's like, oh well, some of the players are not gonna want to go, and I'm saying, who's not gonna want to go? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna want to be on the winning team.
No, but I'll tell you who's not gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
The highest paid players are probably not gonna go.
No, I think they will though.
Right?
They not.
Like Kyrie.
They not
already
gonna
said he leaving. He already said
Kyrie,
he would.
because Kyrie about that life, but LeBron is not. LeBron is not sacrificing millions of dollars to take a pay cut to play.
I think he will though. Because
I don't know.
Maybe
It's
he
like-
wouldn't
I
leave,
don't
but
know,
I
man.
think
Think
he would
about this.
invest. I think he would invest.
he even playing for the Cavaliers and stuff. They took less money when they went to Miami. They took less money so that they all can play together to win.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but
And he
we-
all about the culture.
our leagues are not paying Russell Wilson $35 million a year off the
But they
jump.
already made it. They're good.
You would think so, right?
Yeah, but that's how they talking though. That's exactly how they.
I would
right now,
I would love for that to happen. I just don't know. They're gonna have to take a pay cut. Like
Yeah.
we're not paying guys $30 million a year.
And nobody's
From
gonna.
starters.
I don't think anybody's
Yeah,
right,
gonna
right.
expect to go into it making what they made.
No,
on
yeah,
the other
yeah.
thing,
They
but for the
shouldn't
because
expect that, right.
eventually,
to own a team, you know what I mean, to be a part of a team like in a different kind of way.
mm-hmm.
I think that more players than you realize. Like I'm not speaking against what you're talking about. I agree with you. I think it's an awesome idea. I think I said that right from the start. I think it's an awesome idea. I think the way that you've presented it, the way that you're breaking it down is great. And I think taking the power out of the boardroom and putting it back into our hands, you know, even just as a common man, as a basketball player, you know, who, I mean, the NFL, the NBA is known for having this strict set of rules, you know, that everybody doesn't agree with, and all of these crazy fines, and, you know, I mean, there's got to be rules, but the rule structure can be set up in a way that is beneficial to the player, you know, or like how we talked about doing, you know, people having to do press, and the way that it's gone about can be more supportive of the player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when a player is going through some kind of issue, there has to be a different way. There can be a different way to approach it. You know what I mean?
So this is the trickle down effect right here. So with the league having the different leagues, right? Let's talk about the Negro League, right? They finally wanted to integrate because, like, the Negro League was actually beating a lot of the MLB teams, right? So some, not all, because there's some people that's so racist they don't care if they losing despite. It's like they don't care if they losing,
Right.
as long as they don't have that race of person on their team. You know, that's just how racist it was back then, right? So, and they wasn't making a lot of money back then. So the money wasn't a big issue back in the day. Like there was people that that had used car sales that own teams. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were just doing this just for a little fun, and so they can fund their used car sales.
Mm-hmm.
Can you fathom that?
Right,
Like
because they weren't banking.
they weren't banking like that. So
back then.
now it's about money. So yeah, there's some people that's still racist. A Donald Sterling that had a team that was that all the players was pretty much black. So they didn't care because they're making billions now, right? But back to the Negro League. The Negro League team was beating some of the MLB teams. So some of the teams like, yeah, we got to have some of their talent on it. So guess what happened? They integrated the MLB, Major League Baseball, and where the Negro League go? What happened to the Negro League? Disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we care about if the MLB and NFL and the NBA if it does disappear?
It's
it
like
may not. But
put it this way: if the XFL could fail twice, you feel me? Why can't we create our own league and
with superstars,
right? And we're gonna if we make our own
that's
league,
a guaranteed win.
That's a guarantee we will not fail.
It's a guaranteed win, but that for the same reasons that it's wrong for us to be excluded in the first place.
Nobody's excluded though,
right? But all I'm saying is that you know what's inside of your head. For anybody who's listening who doesn't fully understand, all I'm saying is that you have to further expound upon what you're saying so that people understand that it's not meant to exclude anybody else. It's not meant to.
Well, people that know sports know that there's going to be a draft, right? Every sport have a draft for as long as we know. Every sport has a draft. So the best people that come out of college get drafted, no matter if you're black, white, Hispanic.
Right.
It don't matter. We're not excluding anyone.
Right, but all I'm saying is when you hear the name Negro
But we
League,
didn't name it a Negro League. He said this is what we had before. He
Right.
never said it was a Negro League. He said this is we had that before.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He didn't say it was gonna be Negro League.
Right. What we're trying to do is create opportunities because there's a ceiling with the NBA. There's a ceiling with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You could only get but so far. With our league, can you imagine all black coaches, all black staff, all black doctors, all black trainers, all black owners, right?
Yeah, but it's still,
But
at the same time.
But at the same time, it don't have to be all right.
Right,
So
right.
because Latino players can come play with us,
But it can be majority black.
it can be majority black. Sure, that's not against the law.
Yeah,
Right?
right. We can add
It
one or
could-
two.
Right.
You
we
know,
can
white
we
head
can have a
coaches.
couple Kyle Korvers in
Yeah.
the league. If you're good enough, you're good enough. And if you really think you could ball, you will want to come play with us anyway
Right.
because we're gonna
Right.
have the best players.
You're gonna have the best players.
Let's be real about that.
Exactly.
All the best athletes just happen to be black, right?
Right.
So that's really the thing about this is that with the NBA and the NFL, there's limitations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not really gonna let you be an owner. They're not really gonna let you coach. They're not really gonna
Mm-mm.
let you be a general manager.
Because not only do you have to have the money, you have to get voted in
You have to get voted in. You
By-
have to have the connections.
by
You
all
gotta
white,
have
or
Right.
all white honors.
right. And in our league, Colin Kaepernick is not getting blackballed out of our league for taking a knee.
Right.
That's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? We're not gonna have to deal with a bunch of Donald Sterlings,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all this is just trying to create more opportunities for us so where we don't get stuck, you know, at there's too many roadblocks with the
Mhm.
NFL and the NBA. And we're just trying not to get, you know, pigeonholed. Oh, you could play, but you can't do any of these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, you know, back to just that trickle down effect. I mean, I love the idea that you had with actually playing these games at HBCUs. Like, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, because I think, okay, at some point, and Nikki's but I think at some point HBCUs need to disassociate themselves from the NCAA. Like, just completely disassociate yourself from the NCAA and create your own college athletic, you know, association, and then that'll be an easier path to college athletes getting paid.
I don't want that.
You don't want that.
Mm-mm.
You want the HBCUs to stay with the NCAA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want them to be in those leagues to play the Ohio States and beat them.
And that's the
know
thing
what I'm saying?
that's the
The
thing.
Alabamas and beat
Right,
them.
right. If we partner with the HBCUs, they're going to get more popular.
Mm-hmm.
And Carmelo Anthony already made reference to black college athletes coming out of high school looking at HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
That'll really help with recruiting.
Yeah. But with it, keep it the way it is. I say keep it within the NCAA.
Okay.
Like with basketball anyway, NCAA don't carry any weight with when it come down to money and the deals that they have with the broadcasters. and
I
things like
rarely
that.
see HBCUs make it to the tournament though.
Right.
So
But that's because they're not getting the high talent.
mhm.
So if
Right,
we keep
right,
it the
right.
way it is, right?
right.
And just say if, you know, LeBron James go to college
Mhm.
and go to North Carolina A&T,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Guess he killing in the NBA.
He's gonna be
right,
He's gonna kill
right?
in college.
So
yeah.
just say Carmelo Anthony. He actually went to college. So
Mhm.
just imagine he was at A&T or Central or something like that.
Right, right.
They're killing.
Right.
They're gonna go to this championship, and all of that money is gonna funnel to that conference.
Yeah, it's gonna
You feel
be
what I'm saying?
it's gonna be hard to keep them out of the tournament.
Yeah,
like you can't.
So all that money is going to the conferences.
Right.
You know, you have Lamar Jackson, you know, playing at Alcorn State.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Vince Young,
He killing them.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah, they playing in Texas. The schools in Texas that's HBCUs. They
Mhm.
killing.
Mhm.
So not all that money is going to Alabama
Okay.
and Clemson
Okay.
and Louisville.
I feel you.
Now that money is like, oh, we got to get that money over to those guys because
Mhm.
they're on TV all the time now because they have Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So what that's gonna do is we're still on a national stage, big national stage. We beating the perennial powerhouses.
We're beating
Alabama.
We're beating Duke. We're beating.
Yes.
Yeah.
We doing like so. It makes a statement. It's not that we're beating up on each other. No, it makes a statement. Like now, Alabama is scared to put us on their schedule. You feel what I'm saying?
Can
So,
you imagine that?
Think about that.
Yeah.
Man. You know, if you have if the 4 defensive linemen that went to like 2 years ago, the 4 defensive linemen that played at Clemson, you know, they all went to like a North Carolina A&T.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they just beating everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for 3-4 years.
Right.
You know,
That'll
That
be
money-
that'll be a good look.
and that's national money.
Yeah, that'll
Right?
be a good look too.
You know what I mean? So, and I love that you said play the games at those schools because then that school can share in the revenue.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
the leagues will be paying the schools to play in that arena.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then what that does is that gives money to the schools,
And we don't have to build arenas from scratch
Mhm.
because that's going to cost a lot.
right? They can put some money in the schools. Now the schools can afford to do different things that
Mhm.
that these bigger schools that have the best facilities, have
Mhm.
the best dorms,
Mm-hmm.
and then more black people and other races as well would want to come to our school because let's face it, you know, when a white kid comes from the suburbs, they're not going to HBCU, bro. You know what I mean? Because
They're probably not.
like I went to Elizabeth City State for a visit. I'm sorry, I just couldn't see myself going to school there
Mm-hmm.
because then I went to Catawba and I seen what they had.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
had they actually had a football stadium on campus. Elizabeth City State don't even have a football field on campus.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go and play at like a high school or something. Come on, you feel
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Right.
Why? So that's what I'm saying. We getting them better school, better players, because once the better players go to the HBCUs, the big HBCUs, D1A, then the second tier will go to the D1AA.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other tier will go to the D2.
And it'll just have,
It's just
like
gonna
you said,
ride.
the ripple effect.
It's the ripple effect,
be,
man.
Yeah.
So then that means that we're going to get more money into our communities, right? That money is funneling in, right, like it does now for them, right?
Mhm.
It's just funneling in their community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their economy.
Mm-hmm.
The money's just funneling.
And then we could build our own K through 12. We could build our own hospitals, our
Yeah.
own healthcare system,
right.
our own,
Then
you know.
then more people making money, raising up the community, and then
Right.
then we'll have the schools like a Charlotte Catholic or a Charlotte Christian that when they do fundraisers, their fundraisers are their fundraising goals are like $3 million.
Mm.
Feel what I'm
Wow.
saying? So we have enough people in our community that can actually fund that $3
Mhm.
million.
Yeah.
So our high schools will get better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that black on black crime that they talk about, that's
Right.
gonna
I mean,
change
we
because it's opportunities.
and they're gonna do community service.
Yeah.
These Negro teams, quote unquote, gonna do community service. And what communities are they going to service?
The communities that they playing ball in.
Communities that they're playing ball in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll work out pretty good all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it, man. Because let's talk about the money real quick. Like with the NFL, the deal that they have right now, NFL gets $1 billion a year from CBS, $1.1 billion from Fox, and $950 million from NBC for the rights to air the Sunday night games.
All right. So how do you feel about creating our own network
I think it's great.
and or streaming service, or do both, where you have the TV network and the streaming service.
You do both, yeah, absolutely,
and you can just have all the games on the streaming service.
absolutely.
So when I miss a game, I got the app, so I can
Mhm.
just watch the game on the app.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Listen, if they do something like this, do you know how much money I will throw? I will throw so much money into this. I will support this 100%, 1000%. I give myself 2 years and I'll be broke. I'll be like, yo, Jonathan, can I come move in? You be like, nah, bro.
nah, I won't be like that. We
You're like,
always got
John,
rules, baby.
John, what happened to you? I'm like, yo, man, the Negro Leagues, they got me. I will spend so much money on this. It will be crazy.
Right.
It will be crazy. And I think it'll have a very positive impact on our community.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So,
Absolutely.
all right, so we're going to wrap it up here. Let us know what you think. Should we bring back the Negro Leagues? You don't have to call it that.
Now he's calling it that, John.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just offended that you didn't call it that in the beginning of the year.
Oh, wait.
He
The
was
beginning of the
aggressive,
segment,
too.
man.
He had your back. He my cousin,
In
John.
the beginning of the episode, you said we don't have to call it that. Now you just got to turn around and start calling it that.
So, like I said, Negro Leagues, holla at your boy. With the football, the holidays that you're going to get, Easter, Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Father's Day, Juneteenth will be coming holiday.
Right.
And Independence Day.
Yeah.
So I think, come on, man. We could do a lot of marketing around Father's Day.
Yeah.
That'll be easy.
Absolutely.
Father's Day, Easter, like we could do a lot of marketing around that. So
Right.
we are gonna wrap it up here. Let us know what you think. If we do create our own leagues, what would you want it to look like? How many teams? How many players? And
Throw some names out there, like what the cities you guys would like to have the teams in. Both our new NFL, WNBA, NBA leagues. Just throw out some great cities that would be awesome for the community, the communities that you're in. Just throw those out. That'd be cool.
I nominate Dame Dash
I like it.
and Queen Latifah and Regina King. I want them to own a team. I want them to own a team. That's who I want to see own a team. So let us know what's up.
I like Robert De Niro too, though. He dope.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
He for that human rights still.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
So hit us up on social media, on Twitter and Instagram at The Formula Production. I am on Twitter and Instagram at Speechless417.
And I am on Twitter and Instagram at BootLeach.
And till next time, faith, dream, hustle, repeat.
Don't ever let them bring you down, cause then you be on a level.
Listen, I'm never giving up.
Stand your ground, don't be too comfortable or too settled.
Listen, I'm never giving up.
When you hit rock bottom, it's only one way to go.
Listen, I'm never giving up.
Everybody got problems, how you handle them, no.
Listen, listen, listen.